The Bauma exhibition is the world's largest trade fair for construction equipment. It's only held every 3 years, and perhaps one of the reasons for that is that it's so big it takes 3 years to walk around the exhibition. It's held in Munich in Germany, but by the time you walk to the other end of the exhibition site you come out in Norway. But it's not only the real machines that are on display, because many scale models are released in time for the show. All the big Chinese equipment manufacturers are at the show, and that includes Zoomlion, and they had some of their harder to find models on display, including this piling rig, an excavator model in the 25-ton class, and a Zoomlion QAY 220 mobile crane. You can buy models at the show, and Mammut had its merchandise store there, and on display was NZG's big Liebherr LR 1600 crawler crane. It's certainly a good looking model in Mammut colours, and we'll see more models in Mammut colours later. Bauma is an exhibition where new machines are seen for the first time, and Caterpillar had the 988K wheel loader on display, complete with red clamps to prevent cylinder bleed on the loader. At the same time, Caterpillar's new licensee, Tonkin Replicas, had a sample of the 98K on show, and the model should be available at the end of the year. At around the same time, TWH should have the reworked Caterpillar 7495 electric mining shovel available. This one models the hydraulic hydrocrowd mechanism, and it's got a reworked cab and other details. Over on the Tadano found stand there were a number of nicely painted cranes, including this one in the distinctive colours of the Nordic crane group. Even more impressive was the large 6-axle ATF 400G mobile crane, and it was in the colours of Davies Crane Hire of Wales. And that's a model we might eventually see, because WSI had a sample of the ATF 400G on display in the Tadano found merchandise shop. The base model certainly looks impressive and detailed, and the sample on display also had a large luffing fly jib, so it looks ideal for anyone who wants to go large with a crane model. Available now is the ATF 70G model, and that's also been produced in Mammut colours. On the Terex stand there was a big new crawler crane on display. It was the Superlift 3800. It's a big impressive looking crane, and it's been a number of years since there's been a new Terex crawler crane scale model. But fortunately it looks like that's about to change, because in a display case on the stand was a model of the CC 3800. It was made by Conrad, and it's only a hand sample, so it's a long way from a finished model, and maybe it will be released from sale towards the end of the year. The scale model is rigged with a big configuration including the superlift, and it had a derrick and luffing jib. Looking closer up it can be seen that the model is only a hand sample, so expect the real model to have some better detailing. Also on show in the display case was the Terex pick and carry crane that was first seen at the Nuremberg Toy Fair this year. All of the big foundation machine manufacturers were at Bauma, including Soilmec, and one of their machines is the SC100 crawler crane. Soilmec commissioned occasional models direct from China, and at the show they had the SC100 crawler crane available. Palfinger had their big loader cranes on display, and they were giving occasional demonstrations. And in their merchandise store they had Palfinger models available for purchase. This WSI model of a PK 15002 was on sale at a very good price and quickly sold out. And there were a number of other highly detailed Palfinger models on sale, including this WSI 78002. Putzmeister had a very impressive range of concrete pumps on show, including this massive multi-axle model, and it was good to see they had a new concrete pump scale model at the show. It's made by Conrad, and it's a 3-axle M38, and hopefully will be available soon. One of the great things about the Bauma show is that you can see demonstrations of the real machines actually working. And on the Scheuerler stand they had these SPMT units giving demonstrations of their manoeuvrability. In the merchandise store there was a specially commissioned trailer model to commemorate the Bauma show, and it came with a Hitachi excavator load. Also on display was this prototype of another SPMT type unit. Hitachi had their giant EX2600 backhoe on display. This machine weighs over 250 tonnes, and there was a full range of other Hitachi machines on show too. That included the 470 LCH, which is now available as a scale model by TMC Scale Models, and that will be reviewed on CranesEtcTV soon. The new Hitachi Sumitomo 1500A crawler crane was on show. To celebrate its introduction, it has also been modelled in 150 scale and was on display in the Hitachi merchandise shop. The biggest stand at the show was that of Liebherr, and there were machines of every size and type. In the mining sector, the big 9400 Faith shovel was on show, and standing next to it was the giant T264 dump truck. A model of the 9800 Faith shovel was seen at the Nuremberg Toy Fair, and it was on show again here at the Liebherr merchandise shop. Made by Conrad, it's big and it looks like a really nice mining model. Liebherr had a huge number of cranes on display, including this very flashily painted LTC 1045 with its distinctive elevating cab. And it was no surprise to see a model of this machine being made, and it appeared at the show. It's the usual 150 scale and the manufacturer is Conrad. It's certainly a welcome addition in the arena of smaller mobile crane models. Amongst the other machines on show was this giant wheel loader with a logging attachment. And that's given rise to another scale model, which is the 580 wheel loader with logging attachment. Although not on the Liebherr stand, this Liebherr 81K mobile tower crane was erected and working, and it was being used to fly people around, a bit like a fairground ride. So next time you have a party at home, do something different and think about hiring one of these in. A model of the 81K tower crane was first seen at the Nuremberg Toy Fair this year, and at the Nagel stand they were selling a very neat version of it in their colours, complete with a truck to tow it along. Hopefully NZG will produce more combinations like this in other company colours. Also on display was the Liebherr LH80 materials handling machine, and there was a new LH24 model from Conrad too. In terms of mobile cranes on display at Bauma, the biggest was Liebherr's giant LTM 1750 mobile crane, and it was fully rigged on site, including a short luffing fly jib. This machine has already been modelled by WSI, but in 187 scale. But a model that was long awaited and did appear was the 150 scale version of the Liebherr LTM 1500. Made by WSI, a version of it appeared in the Mammut shop, and it looks like a very impressively detailed model. On the plus side, it comes with both a 50 metre and 84 metre jib, and also a variety of different hooks. It's safe to say you can expect to see this crane produced in many different colours, but the Liebherr version was also on sale in their merchandise shop, and actually it looks very good in their colours too. Another company with a giant stand at Bauma was the Wirtgen group. They had a vast array of machines on show, and there were more hand rollers than you might find in a sandwich shop. But in addition to Harm, the Wirtgen group also includes Vergler pavers, Kleemann crushers and Wirtgen machines. And again there was a huge array of Wirtgen milling machines on show. Perhaps most impressive of all was the giant Wirtgen 4200 surface miner. Only by standing next to it do you appreciate its size, and it's been modelled by NZG in 150 scale. This new model is also huge, and it's up to NZG's normal standards of quality and detailing. Deliveries hadn't actually reached the show, so you couldn't take it away there, but you could order it by voucher and it would be delivered for around €350. There were other models too. WSI have produced a Vergler 1800 paver, and NZG have reworked this Vergler 2100 paver. Not to be outdone, there were plenty of Kleemann crushers on show, and there was also a new Kleemann Mobicat MC110 mobile crusher model on show. Back to Wirtgen, and another new milling machine model was the W250i, also by NZG. And it's another model with plenty of opening doors. So that's a quick run round and just a flavour of what Bauma 2013 was all about. There were plenty of new models to see, and as long as you've got a big wallet, there will be plenty of models to buy in 2013.